Hey there, is your child's behavioral chart that's being used at school actually backfiring and a cause of anxiety? If so, you'll love this week's Mad to Glad parenting tip because you're going to learn 3 ways of talking to your child to shift anxiety into awareness. Now, if you have a child who is gifted or on the autism spectrum, maybe they have a sensory processing disorder or ADHD, a common trait is that they take feedback seriously and can hold themselves to a really high standard, either out of being fair or out of a sense of perfectionism. And recently I was at a conference speaking to the Minnesota Council on Gifted and Talented about ways to talk to children so that they don't take feedback so seriously, so that you can get them out of that cycle of rumination, perseveration, and perfectionism. So these are what you're going to learn today with these 3 phrases are not just how to decrease the anxiety and shift into awareness, but how to really help your child process emotions so they develop coping skills. Now, the first thing that you want to talk to your child about is identifying what does it mean to have a bad color and what does it mean to have a good color. So let's say in this case the bad color is red and the good color is blue. Have your child list what it takes to get the red color versus getting the blue color. What this will help to identify is whether or not your child understands what this behavioral chart system actually means. There are some kids who really don't have the skills for understanding what it means to be polite and respectful in class, and this question will help to flesh that out when you talk about bad versus good colors. And sometimes we try to shy away from bad versus good language, but honestly, kids are perceiving the world in those terms anyways, so you might as well get to their fears and talk to them in their language so that they can express themselves. Now, 3 ways of talking to your child and asking them questions to shift them out of anxiety and into awareness when it comes to the behavioral chart starts with, after identifying bad versus good, is if your child gets a bad color like red, make sure you ask them what was the most blue part of your day today? Let's talk about what the good part of your day was. It's pretty much a given that you're going to talk to them about what didn't go well at school. And so you can say, "Hey, yep, we talked about the most red part of your day. Now let's talk about the blue part of your day." What that does is it helps them see they don't have to perseverate or be perfect and keep focusing on this red, which is a source of anxiety, probably both for you and for them. And that helps them to develop a mindfulness and awareness that they're not just going to be thrown under the bus for having one bad color on one certain day. The second question that you want to ask them, or statement that you want to say to help them feel more comfortable, is to acknowledge their emotions. So tell your child, you know what, sometimes you feel really sad, or sometimes you feel really angry when you get a red color. But even if you got a red color every day, I would love you anyways. Take a minute and think about that message. It's important for your child to know that they don't have to be perfect and they need to hear it from you. But the added benefit is that when you say this language, you step into that space where you believe that it's true as well. That your child doesn't have to be perfect, that it's okay for them to get in trouble sometimes because that's natural in childhood, and that you will love them anyway. The second statement or question that you can discuss with your child is noticing that this is important to them. So you can say something like, you know what, buddy, I know that you work really hard and on your behavior, and what matters to me is that you try. Yep, you got a red today. I can see you're really upset, and I know that trying is really important to you too. And again, the common theme is stop talking. Let your child process what you just said, because it's that space that lets them cope with what happened emotionally, as well as participate in the conversation and feel like they're in it with you as a team. Parent coaching oftentimes offers so many tactics of things that you can do very strategically, and you learned a few of those today. Equally important is how you show up and the way that you be with your child. So remember, the behavioral chart is not meant to be a source of anxiety, and you can help encourage skill development as well as emotional coping in order to really make sure that the system works well for you, your child, and their teacher. Remember, what you do matters. So carve out some time and be thoughtful with how you connect with your child and how you advocate for them as you talk to their teacher in identifying whether or not truly this is the system that's going to set your child up for success. I'll catch you next time for your Mad to Glad parenting tip of the week. Bye-bye.